Good morning and welcome to Traders 20 on ET Now. I'm Megha Chadha.
Hi everyone, I'm Vanda. Well, it's a start to a brand new week, and of course Traders 20 is the show where we get you fresh stock picks so that you can have a profitable trading day. Our top technical experts will be with us over the next half hour to identify some of the most exciting bets in the markets.
And as always, along with all those equity trading ideas, we'll also be showcasing commodity picks as well as strategies that would help you make the best of the futures and options markets. So let's get started. First up, by telling you about the experts who will be joining us today on the show. We've got Ashwani Gujral, as always, joining in from New Delhi. We've also got Mitesh Thakkar, SOMIL'S joining us right here in the studios. Prakash Gaba as well from Mumbai, RAJAT'S from Kolkata, and Deepak Mohani from Pune.
Okay, straight to how the markets are panning out, and you've got a mildly positive bias coming in for the Nifty. So 6,023 is where it's placed at on last tick. The advanced decline ratio, hearteningly, is in favor of the gaining side, and the Sensex up by 26 points as we speak at 19,810 thereabouts. Oil and gas as a pack is performing fairly well for itself. So you've got the likes of that plus a few defenses and auto names which are holding up. Maruti Suzuki is higher by close to 3%. A CLSK upgrade is auguring very well for that one. Buzz of a diesel price hike is what's keeping the OMC basket up. Ken India higher by close to 2%, and Sun Pharma, two features on the list. Add to that list a Cipla. You've also got M&M, ONGC and Reliance Infrastructure. So the ADAG pack looking good. Hero Motocorp, Tata Motors, Infosys, Dr. Reddy's as well as Axis Bank are some of the other gainers. That's what dragging the markets down. So you've got a Unilever which isn't holding up, HDFC as well as DLF. Cement isn't having the greatest run, so Ultratech at 2023 on last tick. But on that note, let's take it straight to Traders 20 by giving you a disclaimer from our end. Do remember to please consult your financial advisor if at all you choose to take on board any of the recommendations in the stocks given. On that note, it's time to bring on board Ashwani Gujral, who joins in from New Delhi. Mitesh Thakkar is here from Mumbai with their top trading ideas. Ashwani, to start off with you, how do you read the trend on the Nifty at 6,016, and what are your top trading recommendations?
Well, the market is, still sideways, but slowly grinding on the upside. There are individual sectors and stocks doing well. The way this generally resolves is, since it's a strong uptrend, suddenly on one fine day, because of some news or something, you'll have a 100-point, 150-point swing on the Nifty on the upside, and then again we get into a consolidation. And to get in on that, once it starts is often difficult. So it's a good idea to maintain long positions on the Nifty while it moves sideways, and having a few individual stocks. The smaller PSU bank stocks like Syndicate have been showing good traction on the upside. So this is a buy with a stop about 138, target of 151. EXIDE is a buy with a stop about 141, target of 155. NUVO is a buy with a stop about 1125, target of 1210. And oil has been coming back, so ABAN is a buy with a stop about 395, target of 430.
Four buying ideas coming in from Ashwani Gujral in the session right now. Mitesh, if we look at what's been happening with the benchmarks ever since we've scaled that 6,000 mark, the encouraging factor is that we are ending the closing at least is also above that level. On Friday, though we dipped lower, we still managed to hold on to that 6,000 mark by closing. You think that's an encouraging sign for the markets right now?
See, I think the good part is that we've kind of managed to hold and cling above that level. It's psychologically important, I think, but the missing link has been the fact that, you would expect a lot of momentum to come in. So the market breadth is reflecting the momentum, but I think the headline indices, I think, are missing that. Maybe it's happening because of some kind of sectoral churn. We have seen IT and oil come back into some kind of trading momentum, while the other sectors have taken a breather. So I think as long as we consolidate above 6,000, I think I should be all okay. Today I've got 4 buy calls. The first one being Ranbaxy, which can be bought with a stop at 505 for a target of 540. I've been liking the stock for the last 3-4 days. It's been sideways and very quiet, but today we are seeing some fresh intraday buy signals. The other one is Syntex, which is getting into a short to medium term uptrend. Can be bought with a stop at 69 for a target of 75. Bharat Forge, after a long time, has come on the buy list, where we have seen some positive crossover of moving averages. Can be bought with a stop at 261 for a target of 275. And finally, a Petronet, which has given a short-term breakout today on the charts, can go up to levels of 172 and can be bought with a stop at 163.
For buying ideas, that is what Nitesh is also recommending this morning. Well, let's take it straight to individual stock queries that are coming in for Ashwani Gujral. Well, our first query for the day comes in from Roger Lobo, who joins in on the phone line from Bangalore, and he's got a query on Himmat Singha Said. Hi there, Roger. Thanks for being with us on the show. What's your query?
Yeah, I had bought 1,000 shares of Himmat Singha Said at around 35 rupees. So it's trading at 41, 42. So what could be a logical target in the next 6 months to 1 year?
Well, you must understand that this is not the best company in terms of its size or the way the history has been in terms of the sector. Textile often is fairly an underperforming type of sector. What you must do is protect capital first. So keep a stop about 36. And if the markets work out and if small cap, mid cap works out, your next target could be closer to 52. The first thing in small caps is to get into the money. Once you are in the money, then generally in a good market they tend to perform. But please don't let it go below 36.
Alright, those are some of the critical levels to be watching out for your investment, Roger. Hope you've taken note of them. Let's move on and take up the next query, again on a smaller name called Aries Agro. We've got Sindhija Venkat, who's sent in an email from Chennai. Now, he wants to know whether he should buy Aries Agro at current levels. Ashwani, it's a micro cap. What would you advise him to do?
Well, it's been in a big downtrend, and as of today, or even as of right now, it's not really trading above its 200-day moving average, which is around levels of about 64. So given that the Nifty crossed its 200-day moving average, say about 25% lower, I think it's underperforming even the Nifty right now. A 200 rupee stock, coming down to 60 bucks is never really a good sign. I don't think it's even making its 52-week highs right now. So clearly there is a lack of buying. It's kind of a low volume type of stock. So while if he has any kind of clear information, then you may buy it, but don't keep a stop loss of more than say 6 bucks. But if you ask me purely from a charting, trading kind of angle, I don't think it shows any strength. But as I said, if he still wants to buy it, keep a 6 rupee type of stop and try to look for levels of about 100 on the upside or anything close to that, 90 to 100. So that should be your deal. But I think this will pick up only if the quote-unquote agro space suddenly picks up. Maybe budget does something for it. So it's hoping against hope type of stock.
Okay, moving on then to our last and final query for the day. This coming in on a South Indian bank, and we've got an SMS which has been sent in to us from Rajendra Raut. Now, Rajendra says that he has got 2,000 shares of South Indian Bank at an average price of 25.4 rupees a piece. Now, he wants to know if he should hold on or sell.
Well, again, first thing, don't let it go below your purchase price. 30 is, I think, the all-time high on this one. So in case 30 gets crossed, then it opens up another 10 bucks on the upside. So hold with a break-even type of stop and look for levels of 30 to be crossed. It could be likely because smaller financials, smaller banks are doing well. So if 30 gets crossed, then you have more upside, and I wouldn't even mind adding on above levels of 30 since you have another 10 bucks opening up. But if you don't want to add on, just hang on and keep a break-even stop.
Okay, hold on to your investment in a South Indian bank, Mr. Rao, and that's the word of advice coming in. But a reminder once again before we move ahead that if you act on any of the advice that's been given on the show, please consult your investment advisor before doing so. Alright, let's also then get you a glimpse of what's happening with the broader markets at this point in time. We've got both the small and the mid-cap index, that's up by close to 0.6%. And the big movers here then, we've got an Indiabulls Financial Services that's added on a good 4%. In HPCL, of course, the expectations of further price hikes coming in to oil is keeping an HPCL buoyant. We've also got an Adani Power that's up by close to 3%. It's a combination of possible further 30% domestic coal linkage as well as a further rise in CERC by further hike in tariffs by CRC being allowed. That's working in its favor. Syntex Industries ahead of its numbers and JMR Infra are also looking good. And we've got an HD Island and Apollo Tyres losing out marginally.
Okay, but let's move away from that, get in straight to Somil Mehta as well as Prakash Gaba, who are going to join in with their top trading recommendations. Hi Somil, welcome to the show. What's on your list?
First is financial, a banking stock, a small banking stock, South Indian Bank. It's forming a huge triangular pattern on the daily charts and expected to break on the upside. I'll be expecting this stock to perform extremely good in medium to long term outlook. In the short term, I'll be expecting the stock to go up till at least 35 levels, and the stop loss should be maintained at 27. The second stock is PUNJ. PUNJ again, I've been recommending this stock since a long time now, and I'll be expecting this stock to travel till 70. It has formed a huge triangular pattern broken on the upside on the weekly charts. So I think a good buy strategy on this stock for a target of 70 and a stop loss of 58. The third stock is EXIDE Industries, a mid-cap stock. Just got a momentum in this stock today, and it has broken out of a small triangular pattern on the hourly charts. I'll be expecting a good momentum on the upside, higher tops, higher bottom formation on the daily charts. The momentum indicators are on the buy side. So I'll be expecting the stock to travel till at least 160. That will be the target in the short term, and the stop loss should be maintained at 142.
3 buying ideas, that's what SOMIL'S recommending, and EXIDE, LLOYD as well as the South Indian Bank. And 3 buys is what you've also got for us, Mr. Gaba.
That's correct. Starting with Alok Industries, doing a beautiful breakout at levels close to 1175, is sustained the breakout. So I would have a stop below 12 and expect it to climb to levels in the short term very tightly to around 1325, 1350 zones. Second stock I like is Development Cooperative Bank. Again, it's given a beautiful breakout at levels close to around 50, 51 zones. I think I would have a stop below 51 and expect it to climb to levels closer to 53. Very all short-term trades, absolutely. And third is Tata Tele Services. I think Tata Tele Services is holding out pattern. Looks like it should climb to levels close to 1325 or so. Have a stop below 1225 and trade long. So all 3 longs.
Okay, all 3 longs from Somil as well as Prakash. Well, you've got the small cap index holding up pretty smartly, so 0.8% higher on last tick. But of course, let's quickly address some important flashes which are coming in on your screens with respect to the EGOM, which has ended. So the EGOM on spectrum pricing as of now has ended. Of course, quite a few issues to be discussed on the same. So we will be keeping you up to speed and probably getting in Gauri Dwivedi, who is tracking that crucial meet from New Delhi.
Absolutely. In fact, what was up for discussion was going to be the auction plan for the CDMA technology, what's going to be coming up here. So Reliance Communication as well as a Tata Tele are probably going to be one of the big, some of the bigger names that are going to be impacted. In fact, remember that no participation was seen in the CDMA auction the last time round. In fact, currently the 800 megahertz of CDMA is priced at about 1.3 times of the base price of the 1800 megahertz. So not just the auction plan, but what is the pricing also going to be looking like? That's going to be keenly monitored. For now, though, we've got a Relcom holding up pretty smartly at this point in time.
Okay, so we'll keep you up to speed with more details as and when they do come in. But for the broader end of the market, you've got select counters holding up. It's the entire oil and gas basket which is rallying, so the likes of a Shivani Oil also following suit. Quality Dairy, in fact, that counter has been higher by close to 12.5% in the last 1 month itself. Zilog Systems is another counter which is up very smartly over the past many days, and today is holding up. Steel Strips also, that counter is firmly in the green as we speak by close to 7%, and a Relaxo Footwear also following suit. Well, time then to get in Rajat Bose, who's coming in from Kolkata, as well as Deepak Mahani to outline their top trading bets. Rajat, hi, what's on your trading list today?
Yeah, good morning. I have 2 buy calls and 1 sell call. First is an engineering stock, engineering and a capital goods stock, that is Bharat Heavy Electricals, VAL. I would say it's a qualified buy call since it has just crossed its 200 exponential moving average. Actually, it is hovering around that level. So once it clears 244, which is in my reckoning 2 rupees away from the 200 exponential moving average, it can be bought, or you can buy at current levels and you can buy more after it clears 244. Keep a stop loss below 37 on closing price basis. Chances are in 2 to 3 trading days it is likely to climb up to 254. Before that, 247 and 250 could be your interim targets. The chart is looking technically quite bullish, especially good for as an investment candidate. The second stock, it took 1 month for this stock. Sorry?
Go ahead, Rajat.
Oh, I would say the second stock is Aditya Birla NUVO. It took about a month's time for this stock to post again a multi-year high. On 7th of December, it posted a high of 1142, which is a 3-year high. Again, today it has crossed that high on 7th of January, and it is looking quite bullish. It can move up to 1185. Prior to that, 1165 and 1172 would be your interim targets before it reaches 1185. Put a stop loss below 1128 and you can buy at current prices. Since it is on a multi-year high, it has got enough momentum to carry things through. And the lone sale call is Tata Steel. It isn't as if the Tata Steel is looking bearish from a medium term or a long term point of view. From that point of view, it's definitely bullish and it's a stock to be bought on dips. But from an intraday perspective, Tata Steel can come down and come down below say even 430. It can go down to levels like 429 to about 425 on the downside. Put a stop loss above 437 and you can sell here. When I send this call to your research desk, it was at 433. I believe it has already gone down after that and it is likely to move further down. So it's an intraday sale call with a stop above 437 and the maximum target of 425. That's about all the 3 calls, 2 buys and 1 sell.
Okay, so we are getting in fact the first shorting idea for on the show today from Rajat Bose. That's Tata Steel from an intraday perspective. Deepak, tell us about what you've spotted.
Well, they're all 3 buys because at the point of time of making the recommendations, the market was still rising. The first of these buys is Tata Chemicals, stop loss of 366, target of 386, and this stock is starting a fresh move after a bit of a pause on Friday. And at today's price, it's up to a 10-month high. So fresh move starting today and good momentum since it's at a 10-month high. AUROBINDO Pharma is a buy with a stop loss of 200, target of 211. This too had a small dip on Friday and today it's climbed to an 18-month high. And finally, Yes Bank, stop loss of 489.5, target of 516. This is also resuming a move after that dip and in fact it's now moved up to a lifetime high.
All right, with that, of course, we've got new 18 equity trading ideas, but time to get you then what are some of the commodity strategies that you should also be looking at. Remember that we've got crude prices that were a bit soft in early trade, in the global markets at least. But let's start with Vandana Bharti, who's the senior research analyst at SMC Comtrade, who now joins in on the show. Vandana, hi. Thanks very much for being with us. Tell us about what trades would you recommend in the commodity space today?
Yeah, we have seen very good buying coming out in base metals since the first week of December 2012, and because of the clear victory of Obama and like some positive manufacturing numbers of China and US. But yes, now I'm expecting some kind of correction in the prices of base metals. Yes, energy counter is moving up, but yes, in base metals you can see some kind of correction coming out because the rally is 1 month old and it is overstretched right now. And second thing is that dollar index, which was moving below the level of trading below the level of 80, now it is moving trading above the level of 80. So yes, upside in dollar index and profit booking at higher level. These are two major reasons because of that. we can see some kind of correction in base metals. So yes, I am selling zinc and lead. For zinc in Indian market in MCX in January contract, I would like to give a sell call at the level of 112 for the target of 111, and my second target would be of 109 in zinc with a stop loss of here 112.35. The second call is in lead because lead is right now trading in a overbought zone, and 130 is a very good resistance for this commodity, and right now it is trading near the level of 128.5. So yes,
okay, Vandana, we let it go at that. Thanks very much for joining in. Some flashes on your screen with respect to the EGOM pricing. The CDMA spectrum price will be decided by the cabinet according to sources. Just to put things into perspective, the EGOM was likely to discuss the spectrum for that 800 megahertz band, which is used for offering the CDMA services. And sources had indicated that the panel in its last meeting, which was on the 3rd of January, had deliberated on the spectrum sale in the 1800 as well as the 900 megahertz band, but they did not finalize the date for the start of that process. We will keep you updated as and when more details come in. Let's also take time out then to thank our 6 technical experts for joining in on the show and being with us, giving us their top trading recommendations.